All right, so moving on to our next topic, and I want the world to know I just found out, thanks to Elvis and super producer Nate, what USAS means. USA Swimming. I've seen it so many times and never understood what it meant until recently. So, with that said,
That's
basically the membership is way down, and I'm gonna go ahead and say there's some shiesty stuff. I'm gonna take the point on this one and then
Go ahead.
switch off. There's some shiesty business going on with USA Swimming. Like for you to say that you think your membership size is going to boom 9,000, but you end up short or not short, you end up losing 5,000. In basketball, we call that a 4-point swing, right? It's when you come down, you down 2 points, you need to tie the game, you turn the ball over like an idiot, they go score, and now you're down 4 points in like the span of 10 seconds, right? Which is 2 possessions. So now you got to score, play defense, come back and score to tie the game instead of you just blew your chance. To think you're going to be plus 19 or 9,000 and you go minus 5,000, that's a 4-point swing of 14,000, right? Like that ain't no mistake. Somebody was inflating those numbers. So Elvis, what do you think about this?
I'm more concerned about why, like what happened. Like every Olympics, you kind of see that surge in people saying, "Oh, I want to be like Michael Phelps," and then you see like a surge of kids joining swimming, and it happens every 4 years after the Olympics. So we should still be in the peak of that. So I'm wondering, like, where did everybody go? And part of my own bias wants to say, like, they've just made swimming so uncool that you don't see that surge anymore. Like, they put all their eggs into the Michael Phelps basket. And I remember saying this back in 2008. Or maybe 2012. I said, when Phelps retires, they're going to have a problem because they're not grooming anyone to come after him. They're not like marketing anybody to, right. They're not marketing anybody to be next. And the fact that they only have like one superstar swimmer is a problem. Like they need to like spread, even like the biggest basketball teams, they have like the big three usually. So I knew there was going to be an issue with that from way back when. And I mean, they tried to get Lochte to do something, and then they gave up on that pretty quickly. Thankfully, Katie Ledecky came around, gave them someone on the female side to kind of push behind. But even then, she's not a big personality. She's not out there, there I go again. Like wishing people were. I wish we had more Muhammad Ali's out there, but versus
she got the raw type.
Right. Right. So what are we looking at? And then, they tried again with Caleb Dressel. That lasted about a summer and a half till he disappeared. So it's USA Swimming really has no personality. No, they have no LeBron James. They got no face. That's the word I'm looking for. They got no face of the league. There's no face of the league. So who am I aspiring to be? Why do I want to be there? And maybe that's why some black swimmers are coming up, because there's more black faces I'm seeing in the media than I see any other faces, period.
Yeah, true. And I think that's even part of why I'm happy about having more black swimmers, not even on a race, like people who look like me type tip, but just I think there's a higher chance of us having bigger personalities from Black people. Like, no offense to everybody else, but we're loud. We crank our music all the way up when we're at the stoplight. Like you're going to get, I feel like we have a better chance of having a lot more attitude with Black swimmers than we do with white swimmers. Fortunately, unfortunately, people are going to be tripping in the comments because this sport cannot talk, as much as they say DEI, they cannot handle any race talk. Especially, I remember I had this chick in my comments when I was talking about Black people jumping, and it was about the Tennessee relay, because they swing, I don't know if you've noticed this, but they swing their foot around the wedge. They don't step over it. Yeah, I was the only one who noticed it, and I sent the message to Tennessee, and I was like, "Am I looking at this right?" And he sent me like a wink face back, and I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay," but yeah. Anyway, this lady's, my avatar is Blakely, so it's faceless, and she's like, "Why are you talking about black people and white people like this?" And I'm like, "I'm black, lady. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, if anyone can talk about this stuff, it's me." So yeah, like you're saying, I think it's once we get that more attitude in the sport, I even had mentors who talked super aggressively, and it was like, I didn't know I could do that. Like I felt this way about myself, but I didn't know I could project it. I think that having these different personalities in the sport is going to give a lot of people permission to be themselves, even like what we're doing. I can see some people starting to, chirp a little bit more in their stuff, even though it's still super soft. But it's like you need someone to show you like, oh, I'm allowed to be myself. And I think once that starts happening, we will eventually get to where athletes are talking trash to each other from different countries. That always somehow when that happens, everybody knows it happened. Right. And once that happens, you get eyeballs in the sports, and then you find personalities that you can see yourself in. And then I think we'll be fine. But yeah, this is no good right now.
It's good representation. You ever been to All Black swim meet?
No, I have not.
It is wild. Yo, first, I think the best swim meets in the world are the ones in the Caribbean. And I may be biased, but
let the world know what goes down. Let the world know what goes down.
First of all, it's a big party from start to finish. You got people are tailgating in the parking lot. They got vendors out there selling food, drinks, alcohol, beers, mixed drinks, everything. So people are in the stands lit, So, and then they got and then because it's the Caribbean, they got like the big drums out there. They got the cowbells shaking. They got the whistles going, the horns. They have a DJ on deck. Just so as soon as the only quiet is when you hear "Take Your Marks," and then it's just like as soon as you hear the go, you hear the DJ before you hit the water. I swear to God, you feel the bass when you're doing like the dolphin kick underwater. It's like, yo, you have no excuse but to swim fast. Like,
yeah, it's funny. Like this one swim mom, she's black swim mom, but she was like, she pretty much said the same thing. She was like, "They're not ready for us." It's like because we'll be tailgating in the parking lot before the meets. So it's funny you said that because she said the exact. She's American, right? So yeah, it's funny you say that.
Yeah.
Oh man,
you go to like a USA swim meet, and it's like,
yeah.
Good job. Like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna swim?
But yeah, but anyway, yeah, this USA swimming stuff, they got to figure it out. It's a shame. What happens once they hit a certain point? Do you know?
Well, I mean, it said it was a $1.8 million projected loss of revenue.
But if they get to a point where it's like the danger zone, do you know what happens or no?
People gonna have to cut back some of those board salaries. I know that. They're gonna have to. I mean, they're gonna have to do something to raise money. Either fees have to increase from the clubs. They'll probably cut sponsorships of certain stuff, like maybe payouts to athletes or. Oof.
Yeah, so it's gonna turn into a shit show quickly.
Yeah, they're gonna have to look for some sponsorship. They'll have to look for outside money to come in.
Oh, jeez. Hey,
maybe they could look for a bailout from like the Olympic Committee.
Yeah. All right.